Hey everyone, Jaylene Sidhu here with you for a close look, and I have with me Gopi, who is a part of South Asian Arts Club. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me on the show.
First, I'd like to say that I'm actually a really big fan of yours. I've heard your work on the radio. I used to watch you on TV, and now you do this. So tell our viewers a little bit about what this is.
Well, thank you for being a fan of me, first of all. The TV show is Punjabi Vibes. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. I still do that once in a while, but the main thing I do is I run South Asian Arts, which is an organization, a school. We teach different sorts of classes. We put on theater shows as well. We do comedy shows. So in the studio here today, what we do is we teach our classes. So we have classes in dance and music, Bhangra dance, Gidda dance. We do classical Kathak dance as well. And for music, we have our dole classes, tabla, sitar as well. So we have a few different classes we do in dance and music, but we also do a lot of fitness type classes as well. So we've started a new Zumba class. You might have heard of Zumba dance. So we've kind of incorporated some Bhangra and Bollywood into that. And we have a great instructor, Karen Mander, who teaches that class. We also offer a party dancing class, which is a ladies only class, which started out of nowhere. Actually, I started getting all these phone calls from ladies who wanted to learn how to dance at parties. And we used to do private classes, and then it ended up being such a popular thing that we started a proper class. And Mandeep Petrola, who is she's a former UBC girls dancer, as is Karen. She teaches that class for me, so it's been a huge hit. And from that, we started another fitness class called Boot Camp Yoga. So a lot of people do yoga, but now we combined boot camp with yoga, and it's a great way to get in shape. Yeah.
So a lot of interesting things, but I wanted to go back to the party dancing. What kind of party is this? Like an Indian party, like a club party? What kind of parties?
Indian party, straight up Indian party. I don't know if I should be teaching club dancing. That's probably not what parents want their kids to learn, but party dancing as in you go to a friend's wedding or some uncle's anniversary party, and you want to learn how to just bust a move on the dance floor. And a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. They know how to move a little bit on the dance floor, but they can't really do it on beat, and they want to learn a couple simple moves, whether it's Bhangra or Bollywood or Gidda or anything. And we just teach them a few simple things, build their confidence basically, and give them a small repertoire of different moves that they can do. And they can just pull them out anytime they're on the dance floor.
Very cool. And why did you want to start this? Were you a dancer? Are you a dancer still?
Yeah, actually, it started as just a hobby, I guess, if you want to say. I used to dance at SFU when I was going to school there, and I danced on a team called Vibe. And before that, actually, I danced on a team called SFU Elite, which is a SFU Bhangra team. And then from there, I moved on to Vibe with a number of other SFU Elite members. And Vibe was, from what I can remember, the first competitive Bhangra team out of Vancouver that traveled across to the US and did these big competitions. And we did really well. We won a number of competitions. We danced for about 5 years together. And then basically, everybody got old. We graduated, we got jobs, we got busy with our life, and our team kind of dismantled. And, everyone did their own thing. And then myself, along with one of the other members, Rakhi Sinha, we decided that we still wanted to keep dancing. And so we rented out a space in Surrey. Not this space we're in today, it was a different one. And we actually offered a summer camp for kids, elementary school kids, a summer day camp. And from that, we kept that space. We started offering classes, and one thing led to another, and here we are today. So
from a competitive team, why did you go to teaching kids? Did you have a really good instructor as a kid, or did you not start till university?
Well, that's the thing. We never had instructors when we were learning. I didn't start learning Bhangra till I moved to Vancouver. I grew up in a small town. I graduated from high school, and I was 17, 18 by the time I moved here. And I basically joined the team at SFU when I went to SFU, and we just kind of learned from each other. And nobody was really teaching much back then. Now there are so many Bhangra academies and different schools, which is great to see. I love it. And, they all teach Bhangra and Gidda and whatnot. So kids are learning from a very young age, starting at 3, 4, 5 years old. And a lot of them keep doing it until they're into their teenage years, like some of the boys that we have here. So the reason I wanted to teach is because I basically wanted to pass on what I've learned and, be able to offer that to other kids, because I felt like I didn't have that when I was a kid growing up. I didn't get into it till really late in life. And also, for selfish reasons, I didn't want to stop doing Bhangra, right? So I wanted to keep doing Bhangra and playing Dol and doing all that sort of stuff and stay in touch with my culture and hopefully teach some other kids something about their culture as well.
And why do you think Bhangra has just taken off over the last 10, 15 years? I mean, it's a really, really big deal now. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, you're right. Bhangra has taken off. I compare it a lot of times to hip hop when people ask me, what is Bhangra dancing? And, obviously non-Indian people. And I tell them, well, imagine hip hop when it first started. It was kind of underground. People used to rap and make music and do breakdancing and stuff like that. And then it just took off with competitions was one of the main things. And obviously mainstream artists and the clothing and all that sort of stuff. So with Bhangra, same thing. I mean, at least here in Canada, it started off underground. People were quietly doing Bhangra in their basements or at some community center or somewhere. And I think once the competition scene really took off, especially in the US, the US is way ahead of Canada in terms of competitions. They've been doing it for years. I think it really brought Bhangra to the forefront and people started noticing it more and they wanted to do it more because it was cool all of a sudden, right? It was cool to do Bhangra just like it was cool to do hip hop at first. Still is cool to do hip hop, but Bhangra I think really took off with the competition scene. And a lot of the music coming out of the UK obviously helped. All these factors came together to really make Bhangra take off. Now I have kind of mixed reviews sometimes about competitions. I don't dance anymore in terms of competitions myself, but I always try to tell the kids, obviously you want to try to win. It's important. You're working hard for all these practices. You want to do well, but the main thing is to have fun and learn something and enjoy it, because we didn't always dance to win. We were all friends who were dancing together, so we had a great time. We spent a lot of time together. We had some very good memories, and we were fortunate that we did well. And of course, that's great. You want to win trophies and you want to win the cash prize, right? But that shouldn't always be the main focus. You got to focus on getting there as well, the journey, and actually enjoying time with your friends.